morning and welcome to my Sunday. It's about 10 to 9 in the morning. I'm all alone. Well, my daughter's asleep still. I'm all alone down here. My boyfriend's been away this weekend actually, gallivanting, but it's been good timing because I've just had so much on. I haven't filmed for this channel for 2 days. I didn't film on Saturday or Sunday. I did film a shop with Imo yesterday in the evening. But other than that, I've just been working, uni stuff and a little bit on my gigging stuff as well because I've got quite a week ahead of me. Today's going to be pretty similar, unfortunately. Well, or fortunately, depending on your perspective. But yeah, I'm going to be at home all day practicing and prepping for the week coming ahead. Right now I'm going to make myself a lovely cup of coffee, do a bit of language learning on the sofa, which is what I love to do first thing in the morning when I get up, and then just make a start on work really. Come to Imo. Having it in my lovely Portugal mug. Spilt it already. Is anybody else very clumsy when they first wake up in the morning, or is it just me? I think part of my brain is still in sleep mode actually. I'm terrible for dropping things and spilling things when I first get up. It's about half an hour later now. I've been doing my language learning. I'm going to try these Tesco's frozen blueberries. I've been really rigidly sticking to Asda really, or just freezing fresh ones because I found every other brand sour, but I'm going to give these a go. I like the fact that they're crammed into a smaller package so there's less plastic used. There they are. Do you know, I feel like I need to buy myself a second load of those metal pegs that I have because I'm onto these ones now because they're just distributed all around the house on different packets and they're very good at that. They're better than the wooden and plastic ones because they tend to either fall apart or they come off. Oh, here we go. I found one of my metal ones. It's made of one piece of metal, you see. I swear by these. These are life-changing. Let's just switch that around. Oh, there we go. I'll link them for you in the description if you like. I got them from Amazon. Actually, no, I think I bought them by my boyfriend, but you can get them on Amazon. The blueberries were fine, so I've been sitting here snuggled up on the sofa watching something on my iPad while I was eating that. Stop the video just where I finished eating, so I'll come back and watch that later. I do that all the time. I watch so many half vlogs, pause it, just leave it. So when I have another meal or something, or another 5 minutes sit down, I resume, watch a few more minutes, pause it again. It can take me a few days to watch a vlog sometimes. Anyway, I am going to go up to my desk, do some admin. I haven't planned out today. I know what I need to do, but part of my plan is start about 10 o'clock and it's about 10 past 10 now, and sit down, make that my first admin hour, and during that admin hour plan out the rest of the day. So I'm going to go do that now. First thing I need to do, other than plan my day, is to make the finalised set list for the club night that I run, because I've got all our tunes that the house band, our band, is going to be working on, and my dad and Jim as well. So that's all going to be finalised in the order of that. Then the list of all the guest artists. I think we've got 13, I think. I don't want to go over 13. It gets to the point where you risk not fitting some in, which is just no. Everyone's got to have a turn, so I really don't want to go any more than that. So we are officially full to the rafters with floor spots. So I need to put all the tech requirements down on the form, sort of whether they need a vocal mic, if they need a chair, do they want a music stand, so when we switch them over, we're like a Formula One racing team. Like, you know, me and Dan and Mick, we're just like, and we all know, we've all got the same sheet in front of us, we know what they need, and then get them changed over that way. We can fit more in, basically, and more people get a turn at performing, and they're all very, very good as well. Anyway, I need to go and sort that out and email that off to everybody so people know what repertoire to brush up, and Mick knows what PA gear to get ready and make sure he's got in his car as well when he packs it at the end of the week. I've done my list for my music club. To my very great delight, I had actually done most of it during the week and I forgot, so I'd written all the tech requirements on for everybody that sent them. There's one that hasn't. I've just had to put that as we're waiting to hear. But yeah, that is done. So I'm making another cup of coffee. While that's doing, I'm going to run up and get washed and dressed, and then I'm going to start on my flute practice. I'm trying to do 3 hours a day when I'm at home at the moment. It's difficult to do that when I'm at uni because there just isn't time, like physically time to fit it in the day. Only till my recital, then I'll go back down to 1 or 2 and have a bit of an easier time in life. But yeah, in order to not completely wear myself out, I'm trying to break it up into 45-minute slots. So I'm trying to do 4 lots of 45. So that's what I've scheduled to do in my day, with other things in between, even if it's just a 15-minute break, just something in between, because it gets too much and I get to the point where my notes aren't even wanting to come out because my muscles around my mouth are just going so fatigued, they don't want to cooperate. Anyway, right, I'm going to go get dressed. Flute stint second one is done. I've done 45 minutes of a warm-up and a very demonic technical exercise that I know works. I've been doing it for years. It's this particular one. It's savage. It makes my muscles ache all up my arms. This one's hurting now because this was the most recent hand I was working on. Started off with that one. So this one's subsided now. If it gets too much, I just stop and I just like have a swig of coffee, take some deep breaths, potter around a bit, think some thoughts, and then get back to it once it's feeling normal again, because you mustn't push through pain when you're practicing. I thought I'd show you this because it's in my line of sight. But yeah, this is my old Ericsson. On my shelf above you here, I have some various things from olden times, and this was my first... It wasn't my first phone, but I think it's the first new phone that I bought with my own money. And it was, I can't remember how much it was, probably about £100. I got it in 1999. Do you remember those? It's the Ericsson, Sony Ericsson. And what I loved about this was that I could program my own ring tune into it. And so I had this this rather distinctive bagpipe tune that I put in there, and it would go off every so often when somebody phoned, and I thought, hee, customised, that's my ringtone. But anyway, yeah, I still have this. And did anybody have the keyboard that went with it? Because, you know, you'd have to multiple press on the number keys to get the letters, wouldn't you? I bet young people don't know about this, you know, 3 presses on the 2 for letter C, for example. Now then, this was given to me. I didn't buy this. Somebody gave it to me when they didn't need it anymore, when they upgraded their phone. The old keypad. If you didn't want to do the multiple presses on the number keys. Anyway, that's a little diversion for you. My daughter's just gone out. She's gone to Cardiff. It's a lovely sunny day out. She's gone to meet a friend and they're going to see a movie together. So she's going to have a lovely Sunday. I'm having a lovely Sunday too. It's just it's an intense time for me at the moment. 7 more weeks of intense time. 7.5 more weeks of an intense time. And then I'll be walking on air like a free person, having leisure time again. Right, I'm going to have a little break for 15 minutes and I'm going to get back to the next thing that I'm doing. That was all skills and exercise. The next thing I'm going to work on, the next chunk I've got mapped out, I'm going to work on my duo group assignments. So just run through those things. I've been doing this every day, trying not to spend too much time on it in one sitting. I'm trying to sort of do spaced repetition on it, really. So I'm going to do that next. I'm going to sort my kitchen mess out and put the hoover around quickly downstairs while I'm having my little break. I take it back about the sunny day. It's clouded over since I went down in the cellar. My daughter has got the worst strainer I've ever seen in my life. Even she admits it's terrible. It's difficult to use. You can't prop it up anywhere very easily. It's tiny little holes. I said we could donate it to a charity shop or even recycle it, to be honest, because I don't know if I'd even wish that on somebody who was a customer of a charity shop because it's so bad. I think it makes a better hat, to be honest. What do you think? But no, she's hanging on to it. She said, no, I've bought it, I'm going to use it, I'm going to hang on to it. I think she paid about £1 for it or something online, you know. She got it with a set, I do believe. Anyway, I'm going to have to rinse that now because I just stuck it on my head. There, that's looking a lot better. Did I say I was going to hoover? I didn't, because I ran out of time, but I did do it yesterday, if it's any consolation. I don't know if I should tell you this or not, but next door there's a lovely little family. It's a mummy and a daddy and a little boy, a very little boy. And every so often I can hear through the walls, they've got this little game where the dad pretends to be a chimpanzee or something and he thunders around the house going, wah, 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 and he's obviously chasing the little boy because I can hear 2 sets of footsteps thundering about and the little boy's shrieking with laughter. So every so often we get Chimp Daddy coming from next door. It sounds very, very funny. Anyway, I don't know why, I thought I'd just tell you that. I'm going to crack on with my duo stuff now. I'm about 25 minutes into this stint. I'm on to my slow pieces now. So I was like, right, do the duo stuff, then the 2 slow pieces so I don't wear myself out too much. But also it helps bring my tone on doing the slower stuff with the long notes. But anyway, what I'm doing now, because I can't quite remember, at some point I've got to submit my programme for my assessed recital with the timings of everything. Have I got to put the timings in? I can't remember if I've got to put the timings in, but I've got a time limit. I can't be too much under and I can't be too much over, because otherwise I'll get penalised. So I've got to be very sure of roughly how long everything takes. I say roughly because on the day I might be a little bit nervous, and speed up a little bit, or I don't know, I might slow things down. I don't know exactly. But anyway, I'm timing everything every day that I play them now, and I'm just putting a list so that I've got a good rough figure. So I think if I just do it once, it might be a fluky one. So I'm just going to do that every day for a while now and get a good average out of them. Yeah, so this is another little development. I'm going to get back to it anyway. Doing the Bach, slow Bach. That one, for anyone that's interested. 35 minutes in. I've done my slow pieces. They're good enough. I'm going to move on. Good enough for now. I'm going to move on. I can play them like technically they're not challenging, the slow pieces. It's all about putting expression into it and things like that, but I can polish that up much nearer the time. So they're good enough for now. I'm going to move on to, do you remember me saying I was having a panic about being able to do one of the pieces fast enough because of the continuous tonguing? There's only so long a human can do that for before it slows down and comes to a complete stop. Try it. I suddenly noticed on the top of my sheet it said in pencil that I'd written in my lesson, because my teacher had told it to me, articulation is customizable, which basically means you can choose when you do your and when you do your da and don't tongue or do tongue. So I spent a big chunk of time yesterday penciling it all in, and it's going to be so much more playable, and I am very, very, very happy about that. I don't know, honestly, I don't see what's right in front of my eyes. I take notes during my lessons and then I come to look at my page and somehow I just don't see them. I don't perceive them. I don't know if it's my dyslexia or I don't know, just a habit. Maybe I need to say, right, scan the whole page, Imogen, not just the bits you're focusing on. Yeah, anyway, so that was a real like, oh, duh moment. Why didn't I do that right at the beginning? Though it's been very useful for me to do all that fast tonguing practice, because a lot of it does need to be just straight tongued. Anyway, right, so I'm going to get on with that now for the next 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to have a break. Right, it's lunch time. I've actually scheduled myself a lunch hour, a whole hour, because I'm terrible for scheduling myself the minimum amount of time possible, and then I don't really get a good enough rest, and I'm gulping my food. So I'm going to have some proper food. I cooked this last night. It's been an absolute blessing, my daughter finally deciding she wants to buy and cook and eat her own food, because it means I can just bulk cook like this and eat, you know, several meals the same in a row, whereas if I was feeding somebody else I wouldn't do that, I wouldn't subject them to that. And yeah, I can have lower carb meals as well if I want to. I bought myself several ready meals as well. It's sort of tied me through a few days. I'm going to be away a little bit of this week, overnight. One night I'm going to be away, another night I'm just going to come back so late. It's going to be like 1 or 2 in the morning when I get in. So we'll probably have a bit of ad hoc eating out on the go, you know, as we go through the week. But anyway, I'm trying my best. I made a start anyway. I'm really looking forward to this. I've worked up a proper appetite for it. Oh, while I think of it, I'm trying to answer people's questions that they leave in the comment as part of the vlogs at the moment, because why not? It's interesting, I think. Somebody asked, how did they buy me a coffee? There's always a link in the description of the video. You click on it and it will take you through the step-by-step process. So that's the answer to that one. Thank you for asking. There's a PayPal link as well if you prefer that one. Well, that's microwaving. Just quickly do the rug, because the rug does get a bit bitty, you know, even if you do it frequently. There is my food. Look at it. There's lots of aubergine and green lentils out of a tin, courgette, mushrooms and halloumi in there, and lots of leek actually as well. I'm quickly jotting down this tune right now. Our arhu player, that's that instrument there that you see before us, has submitted a tune that she'd quite like included in the thing, so I'm jotting that down just so I know where I'm at with it. So I'm halfway through that, I think, at the moment, roughly. I'm just losing my place. I'm not used to the interface. Making the right pig's ear of this. It's because the camera's on, it's putting me off. Got it. Oh, that took longer than I expected, and my fountain pen ran out of ink about there. But yeah, I've got it now. I'm going to type it up now into the score. I think it needs transposing. I think it's in the wrong key for the piece that we're doing. I think I'm going to have to change the key. I'm going to go for oxblood this time. It's not real oxblood. That's the colour of my ink. I've got a bit of a collection of these inks in my drawer. I've got 5, and they're blooming expensive, to be fair, but I just love them. And every time my pen runs out, I like to change colour ink. There's a lot of air coming up with that one. That's annoying. I don't know why that is. I'm not too worried about the green accidentally mixing with the red a bit. Oh, I don't mind. You might notice that sticky note there that says boiler payment outstanding, and it still is. I've emailed them multiple times about, can I have an invoice, or just tell me, even if you don't want to give me an invoice, can you just tell me how much I need to pay you for the boiler repair, which was weeks ago. And they finally replied ages ago now and said, sorry about this, we'll chase it up for you. And I still haven't had an invoice, so I probably owe them, I don't know. I think the part was going to be about 300, and then he had about 5 hours labour, plus I haven't paid for the initial consultation, which I think was getting on for 70. So I don't know what I owe. Quite a lot, probably. It'd just be nice to know so I can sort of budget, really. This is the colour of this ink oh, I can't write on that. I need to, yeah, put the camera down and I can't really, there's nowhere to put it. But yeah, that's ox blood mixed with bitter green. Right, I must get on. Okay, I've sent her that for approval. See if she likes what I've done with it before I proceed and make it firm arrangement, because I'm not sure if she's changed her mind or not. I ended up sitting on my desk for an hour and a half because I only ended up having half an hour for lunch as it was, but it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. So I sent that thing off to the lady for a bit of approval, just in case she's changed her mind, because I wasn't sure if she had it the last rehearsal. She seemed a bit surprised when I mentioned it, and I was thinking maybe it was just a passing idea and she didn't want to sort of run with it after all. So I've sent it to her in the context of the piece so she can hear how it sounds with all the other parts in. Just checking if she's definitely wants to go ahead with it, and if she does, I'll go ahead and I'll complete the whole of the rest of the section. But I thought I had a little bit of doubt about whether she wanted to, and I didn't want to spend time on it unless it was definitely going to happen. After that, I've moved on to one of 2 new songs to perform next weekend with my band in my music club. I worked one of them out yesterday. I haven't actually played it, but I sat at my desk and worked out everything I was going to do and mapped it out and made some notes. So I need to practice that later, but not now. Right now, I'm going to work on that fast Bach with all the new tonguing and slurring, you know, with different articulation, and I'll speak to you in quite a long while. I think I'm just going to get on with things and catch up with you towards the end of the day. Oh, well, I've been working out tracks from Spotify, so this is one we're going to be doing next week, well, next weekend. As Good As I Once Was by Toby Keith. I had never heard of it. I have been mapping it out, writing out the tuney bits, working out my backing vocals, making a little read it chart. I haven't actually attempted to sing it yet, but theoretically I think it should work, and that's what I did yesterday. Likewise, haven't tried it out yet. 5-leaf clover leek combs. Luke combs, not leek. I'm thinking of, I don't know, Welshness or something there. I don't know what I'm thinking of. I'm a bit tired, to be honest. Oh my goodness, it's 8:20. I've just been at it all day. I had another dinner break this evening, ate exactly the same thing again, finished off that curry stuff. So that's all I've done all day. I'm shattered, to be honest. I'm going to edit this video shortly, in a minute, once I've signed off it. Tomorrow I'm in uni. Honestly, I'm going to feel like I'm having a rest. After the last 3 days, I've just been... I haven't got everything done that I needed to do, but, you know, you can only do as much as is humanly possible, can't you? I've been very good. I've kept on it. It's just things take time. Anyway, thank you for bearing with me this weekend. Normal services will hopefully be resumed in a few weeks. But anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. Please give it a like if you happen to like it. Subscribe to watch more videos from me. I'll put some playlists on the screen in case you'd like to binge watch some content from me right now. And I'll see you in the next video. Good night.